Hello everyone, welcome back to Suikoden. In the last one, we went and infiltrated Neclord's castle and defeated him. It was a hard battle, but we've done it. We didn't lose anyone in the process either. I'm so proud of everybody. And I've made my way back to the castle. So we do have Hicks and Tengar in our party automatically. So to basically progress the story, we're going to go talk to Matthew. But before we do that, I'm actually going to stop up at the 3rd floor. We're on the 1st right now because I wanted to save. And, 2nd. Let's stop at the 2nd floor, actually. I'm gonna drop off some of the things that we got here at Neclord's castle, just so I don't lose them. Here it comes. Fine, thanks. Alright, what do we have? So, we've got quite a bit of things. Yeah, I'll go ahead and store those star earrings and that rage crystal. I don't reckon I'm gonna use that rage crystal, but just in case. Oh my god. I dropped stuff on Hicks earlier, right as I started, because I was trying to do something and I couldn't. So now he's just left with some pot. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. Definitely drop off the green paint. The Cape of Darkness. Yeah, why not? I'll just leave it. It's like, whatever. Doesn't matter. The Earth Rune piece. I think Ronnie is using those right now, so I'm going to give that to her in a half a minute. And Tengar doesn't have anything because we didn't bring her then. Again, make sure that if Victor had anything important that you needed, rip, because it's going to be a bit before we see him again. So after dropping off stuff, I'm just going to go ahead and talk to Matthew now and see what our next option is, because we defeated Neclord, and by doing that, we got the Warriors Village added to our army, which is great. So I'm very happy about that. Hey, why is everybody here? What's going on? Welcome back, Master Thierry. It's good to see that you're well. Hey, thanks. It was a major accomplishment to liberate the Lorimar region without the use of troops. That's right, so after these events, the whole region of Lorimar is pretty much under our control. They're not under Empire control anymore. According to Kasumi, Kasim Hazil has been placed in charge of northern defenses. If that name sounds familiar, it's because we met him in the very first episode of this LP. He was the guy that kind of had like the, I don't want to say turban, but kind of like the sash over his head. And he said, "Oh, you're Tio's boy. I expect great things from you." And that was literally all we saw of him. But he was there. And he is presently building up his forces. Alright, I guess that's the next target that we want to hit then. The Imperial Army's forces are nearly 8,000 strong under Kasim Hazil. Another 6,000 soldiers in the floating fortress of Shahrazad. I think that was supposed to be like a play on Shahrazad, but it's very easy to say Shahrazad because that's what I want to say. And 10,000 troops in and around an Imperial headquarters. That's a lot. We don't have that many people. With what we've got, Kasim Hazil's army is all we can handle. The only way we could win is to unite the rebel forces around the country. How are we going to do that? I happen to be an old friend of Joshua, commander of the Knights of the Dragon's Den, whose domain is in the west. We've been there, actually. Well, for a minute. If you plan to befriend them, I'll come with you. This is like the most that Humphrey speaks in the whole game. The Dragon Knights have always rejected Imperial jurisdiction, preferring to maintain a neutral status. Should they join us, our forces will be formidable, but I must warn you that Joshua is a proud man. Powerful? Well, I guess he is powerful too. The only chance of an alliance is for you, Commander Tyr, to visit him in person. Okay. Tyr, if you're going, so am I. I'd rather not go, or let's go meet the Dragon Knights. Now, you guys remember the Dragon Knights, right? We met one of them. Also in the beginning of the game. He gave us a ride on his dragon that sounded much like an elephant. He was kind of an asshole, but you know what? Maybe the rest of them aren't that bad. So let's go meet the Dragon Knights, and maybe we can talk to them about joining our forces and making our forces stronger. Alright. The Dragon Knight's domain lies northwest of liberated Ante, formerly known as Beer Blanc. I've been there. So Flick and Humphrey are going to join you automatically. So now you're going to have to finagle your party in a way that suits you. Sadly. It's another one of those times. So let's see what we can do here. If we can convince the Knights of the Dragon's Den to join us, we'll be powerful indeed. Yeah, can you imagine having knights that fly on dragons? Won't that be so cool? You can talk to these guys and just wrap up. You cannot change party members right now because Sanchez is actually in this room. So what you have to do is really kind of stupid, is leave the room and then come back. And that fixes it for some reason. So here we are. So we definitely have to change party members now because we've got a whole new bunch. This is going to stink a little bit because once you do this thing where you're forced to have 2 new members in your party again, now I'm going to have to go outfit them and make sure that they're okay. So let's think about this. And I also want to let you know that we're going to recruit before we go over there. So let's see what we have. Thankfully, it kind of eradicated everybody else, so Flick and Humphrey are the only ones in there. So let's go ahead and admit, I probably... Oof, we have to think about this now, because Flick and Humphrey are short range, obviously, so we're very limited on who we can take for short range. I will probably still take Ronnie, because I love her so much. And also because I know where we're going, and she's already outfitted, so it's just going to save me a little bit of time. I know that's not the best answer, because a lot of people are like, I want to see everyone involved, but it's a little too difficult to do that. Just because I know where we're going and I know who we have to recruit, I'm going to take Cleo as well. And I would have loved, well, even if we wanted to take Victor at this point, we can't. So probably Kirkus will come back just for a moment. Either that, or I could probably take somebody new. But not just yet, I think. Because once we do some recruiting, we're actually going to use some of the people that we recruit. So hang on to that thought. Don't get too upset. We'll be okay. It's bad enough that I have to go outfit Flick and Humphrey, because that's going to be expensive. Thankfully, in Neclord's castle, you should have gotten at least a little bit of money. So it should be okay. I think everyone's okay here? Yeah, this is fine. No, it's not. I was like, this formation's fine. No, Ronnie has to be in the front. Alright, here we go. Now it's okay. So, I'm going to take this time to just go ahead and outfit Humphrey and Flick, because they do have to stay with us, so it's just do it now. We don't need to do it for the recruitment, but it's going to save us quite a bit of time. So, I will be right back with that once I get them all set up. So, be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and got the best things I could afford and sharpened as best as I could. Unfortunately, that means that Flick and Humphrey are a little bit underdone again, because money is just a constant battle. So Flick got his weapon up to 13, Humphrey got his up to 12, and they're wearing mostly okay stuff. The places that we're going will hopefully find better stuff for them and have money by the time it matters. So that's okay. I also bought a killer rune and put that on Humphrey. I suggest you do that for him. It's a really good rune for him. It ups his critical blow. Since he's such a slow, heavy hitter, that will actually be helpful. So to start the recruitment that we're going to do, we're going to go to Recon. So let's go ahead and do that. And hopefully, if I've done everything correctly, we should have this recruit in the bag, although it can be a little bit tricky. So here we go. So what we're going to do here is head into the inn, and for this to even start working, your castle needs to be the highest level possible. So if you saw the scene with the flag on it, like we did in the last episode, then you can start to try to recruit this person. Oh-ho. So if your castle is the highest level, you come here to the inn and you see a man standing over here in a black cloak. If he's not here, even if your castle is the highest level, just leave Recon and come back. Like go to the world map and come back out. Sometimes you have to do that a couple of times. What are you looking at? Something wrong with my appearance? Not at all. Recruit. Yeah, sure. He looks like a cool guy, doesn't he? Leader of the Liberation Army. I'm just passing through this land. Not that I have a particular destination, and maybe I'll find a clue here. I wonder what he's looking for. What? Nothing. Just talking to myself. Okay, I'll lend you a hand. Clive is fantastic. And if you've watched the Suikoden 2 LP that I've done, you know that he's my favorite, like one of my favorite characters to bring. He's probably my favorite ranged character, so he's quite good. And this alludes to the story that he has in Suikoden 2, which I won't let you know what that is because it's spoilers. But even back here in Suikoden 1, he's searching, which is really interesting if you know his story. Alright, so that's Clive. We'll probably bring him later on, although I did a big boo-boo that I shouldn't have done earlier in the game. That's kind of dependent on whether or not you want to bring Clive, but I'll let you know about that in a little bit, about the boo-boo that I've done. But yeah, he's fantastic. He's really good. He's good in this game too, so I definitely recommend him. So no, we're going back because we have to go somewhere else. Don't you love just going all over the world to recruit? I kind of do, actually. It's really satisfying to recruit everybody. It's one of my favorite parts of the game. So now we're going to go to Calica. And hopefully we should be able to find somebody there. As soon as I find it. Here it is. Let's go. Now, if you probably know who we're going to recruit already. Because we've been here before. We just have to find where he is. Oh, right. Because we started from it depends. Sometimes it puts you in the north and sometimes it puts you in the south. So we wanted to start in the south. So now that we've started in the north, we have to walk all the way down. and fight things on the way. Fine, let's see what happens. Look at Humphrey's spray. He looks pretty cool, doesn't he? A really slow, powerful swordsman. That's pretty much what he is. Really good, though. That was a regular critical for him, so 303, not bad. I'll take it. And he's not sharpened all the way either, so he has much more potential than that. So if we come down here and go to, I believe, this one? Here he is. You remember this guy, right? We saw him here before. So he's still here. At this point, you also need your castle to be the highest level to recruit him. Or at least to start the recruitment. My, had the Liberation Army's grown. Please tell Matthew how impressive it's become. Okay. Now, you might not know what that means, but basically what it means is go talk to Matthew right after this. Sorry, interrupting with these guys. Because honestly, I need money so bad that I'm probably going to fight every single thing I come across, which is going to be annoying for all of you involved. You can see that Humphrey's level is really bad, but don't worry, he'll catch up. He'll catch up. So now we have to go back and talk to Matthew. So let's go do that. This is kind of a back and forth, but definitely worth it and necessary if you want to get all the recruitments. So let's run upstairs and give Matthew the message. And see what he has to say. Alright. Hey, Matthew. Where are you hiding? Might be in his room. Sometimes he's down here. Yeah, he's down here with Apple. Leon? He said his name was Leon Silverberg? Yeah, do you know him? I mean, they've got the same last name. I have a letter here. Will you deliver it to him? I guess so. Alright, we have the letter. Well, I guess we're going back. So now... Oh, look at Hicks and Tengar in their own room. It's blast. Isn't that nice? I'm never taking them anywhere. So let's go ahead and go back to Calica and deliver our message. Don't worry, you don't have to do this too many times. This is actually the only time we have to go back. It's not too bad. We have much worse recruitments coming up. This is one of the easier ones, believe it or not. Alright, back we go. I wish they'd put you north. Or not north, south. But they never do, so you have to walk all the way through. So I'll meet you there when I get there. Hey, hello. I have this for you. A letter from Matthew? We delivered it. To think that he would want me to help. I'll do anything to win this war, even if it means asking you for your help. Matthew, you're here. Well, if you were going to come anyway, why did I have to deliver your letter? Matthew, you don't trust me, yet you ask me to help? You're right, I don't trust you. Even now I suspect you, but I do trust your power. Please give it to us. Please. What's going on between these two? You, bowing to me. Very well then, but I never thought we'd fight together again. Who is this dude? Unfortunately, we don't find out. You're gonna have to play other Suikodens to find out. Anyway, well, anyway, I'm sure you can figure it out. But that's how you get Leon. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Leon will help you in major battles and things of that nature. Alright, so that's this. Now, the next one is going to be annoying. So, the next recruitment we're going to have to do is go to Klon into the Cave of the Past again. Now, you remember when we went there the last time, there was somebody that was hiding in the caves. It actually took me a hot minute to find. So, we're going to have to go back there and find him now. Because, again, most of these recruits are dependent on whether or not your castle is the highest level. So now, since it is, we can do a whole bunch of these at once. And this guy's one of them. So we're going to go to Klon. And you remember where we have to go, hopefully. Oh, God, hopefully I do. That's going to be the big thing, isn't it? No, don't go in here, you dingus. It's towards the back. This is another reason why you wanted to maybe get Flick and Humphrey up to a reasonable level, because we're going to be fighting through all these things to get to these people that we're recruiting. So you don't want them to be too weak. Now, hopefully, guys, pray that I remember how to do this. Okay, so I'm going to try to make a walkthrough because I didn't do it before. I was like, oh yeah, you just come up here, go around here, and blah, blah, blah. And I shouldn't fight these on screen, so after this I'm not going to. I promise. I'm making you a promise this time. So we're going to go north to the next screen. And then I think head east. Hopefully I'm right. East and south. And then hopefully... Wrong one. But we're looking for something like this. We want the big room that we found before. Go away. I always say, you'd think that I would remember. Oh my god! Boy, I should have equipped that champion's crystal. Really should have done. I think we want to go down here and up. You'd think that I would have this memorized since I've played this game so often. But no. Alright, this should be the big room we want. So we're going to go south and search the bottom of the thing right here. And what you need to do is try to zigzag through. It's going to be a little bit tricky because you have to remember... Oh, and things like this happen here. Don't worry about that. Come on, where is it? It's here somewhere. I know it is. It's kind of like a left-right motion, and then here we are. Now you remember we talked to him before. This is Crowley. Oh, you found me? I didn't think anyone would come here. Recruit me? Oh, it might be nice to enjoy a little sunshine after all this time. Yeah, what are you doing holed up in here, man? Crowley joins. Probably the most powerful magic user in the game. Just letting you know. So he's definitely worth using, especially if you have a level 2 rune. So, and we're going to get some of those coming up, so if you want to hold off on him, which is probably what I'm going to do, then go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and find my way out of here, and then I'll get back to you at the castle where we're going to recruit one more person. Alright, we are back finally, so battle your way out of there and come back to headquarters. You'll see down here that Crowley's hanging out in the basement. I guess he didn't want that sunshine after all. Alright, our last recruit for the day, we're actually going to go back to Neclord's castle. That's right. So another reason why whoever you're taking with you, make sure that they can at least survive the way up to Neclord's castle, because we're going to the top of the castle. That's right, where we fought Neclord originally. So what we're going to do is just go all the way up until you get to the room with stained glass. So what I'll do, guys, is I'll meet you there. Okay, so we're up here now. Oh, really? Goodbye, honestly. Who's this? He kind of looks a little familiar, like we've seen someone like him before. I thought that if I pursued Neclord, I'd run into Uber. Who's this dude? Uber? We've met him. In any case, I never thought that anyone could defeat Neclord. Well, I don't know who you are or what you're doing, but if you're as powerful as Uber, I'd like to have you along. Hopefully you're not as evil as he is. Liberation Army? So, you're defying the Imperials. Alright. I understand that he's now part of the Imperial Army. Who, Uber? Is that who you're looking for? I guess he's just on a mission to find him. Yeah, so he's basically pursuing him. So he'll join you in hopes of doing that. So basically, guys, at this point, this is the last recruit we're going to do before we go with the story. So if you need money or anything like that, I would suggest fighting your way through here for a while, which is probably what I'm going to do. And then I will meet you back, basically at the Dragon's Den, because that's the next place we're going. I'll show you that from headquarters, so be right back. Okay, so we're out of Neclord's castle, and I'm a little bit disappointed because I did the big boo-boo that I'm going to tell you about now. So what I was planning on doing is taking Clive with us after this, and putting Pesmerga also in the party, because Pesmerga is one of my favorite Suikoden characters of all. Now the problem with Pesmerga and Humphrey being in the same party is that they're incredibly slow, both of them, and Pesmerga is like the slowest character in the game. However, he is ridiculously strong. However, what I was going to do, and this is what I suggest you do if you want a different party, is you take Clive and put the Spark Rune on him, which makes everybody else that's lower speed than him match his speed. If you put Clive in the party with a Spark Rune and a ninja suit, he becomes fast enough where members like Humphrey and Pesmerga will be so quickly that it'll be amazing, especially if you put killer runes on both of them, which is what I was planning to do. However, in the fashion of this cursed LP, I'll have you know that somehow, somewhere, I either sold or lost that Spark Rune, and it's the only one you can get in the game. We got it, actually, in Scarlatisha Castle long ago. So, I could still take them with me, and I might do that after we go to this place now, but they won't be as amazing as they would with the setup that I've just explained to you. So I am so sorry. But if you guys want to see them in action, I might still take them. I'm just not going to do it right now because without that setup, it's not worth spending all the money to get Pesmerga up to speed and Clive as well. So for the sake of the LP and to move on, let's go to Dragon's Den for now, and if we change our minds about it, we can always come back later in the middle of it, okay? So we're going to head over to the Dragon's Den with this party. Now, we've only been here once, and it was very brief. We only really just stopped in here to get the teleportation spot. So now we can finally talk to this guy and see if we can be let in. Sir, hello? He didn't want to talk to me. Beyond this point is the domain of the Knights of the Dragon's Den as designated by the Emperor. No one is permitted to enter. I am Humphrey Mintz, former captain of the Imperial Army's 100-man battalion. I request a meeting with Commander Joshua of the Knights of the Dragon's Den. I have orders from the commander of the Dragon Knights to let no one in, not even the Emperor himself. Why? What the hell's going on? Not even the Emperor. Those are very strict orders. Now be on your way. What do you think, Tyr? I think something's happened. I definitely think something's happened. Let's go see if we can gather more information. The nearest town is Ante, to the southeast. Let's go. So go ahead and walk to Ante. You shouldn't have to teleport just for this. You can walk. It's not going to be a big deal. And then this happens, and then you're going to go boink and never see them again. Wow, I'm really sad about that Spark Rune, actually. I had the whole setup planned for you guys. That's not Ante. That's Scarlatisha. We're not going to get the rune. We're not going to get the rune back that we wanted. It's down here. I always forget where it is. If you want to teleport because you forgot, like I apparently just did, go right ahead and do it. I'm gonna walk and talk about how dumb I am and how cursed this LP happens to be. I'm not even using my Elgato today because it broke. It broke in the middle of this Let's Play. I'm using John's. So if the color correction is a little bit off, that's probably why. That's not Ante either. Get out of here with that. We're looking for the Ante place. You know, the place that sounds like a Pokemon but isn't a Pokemon. Is it you? There we go. Whoa! So upon arriving in here, you'll see that there's a thing. A problem. Hello? Hi? What's going on? What? That music? It couldn't be. Trying to eat and run, eh? You scoundrel! No, you are mistaken. Your lack of truck is so typical of peasant stock. Wow, who's this? What I'm trying to tell you is that you have the honor of being owed money by me for a little while. Think about it. I, Vincent Deboul, of pure aristocratic extraction, will owe you money. You should be happy. Oh my god, this music. Don't give me that cock and bull. If you're an aristocrat, why can't you afford breakfast? Ah, that is indeed a painful question. You see, if I had some money, I would be glad to pay you as much as you like. But unfortunately, I just gave it all away to some poor starving children. Wait, what? Liar, you're no aristocrat. Hey, what's going on? I don't know. Shut up. Oh, it's the leader of the Liberation Army, Master Tyr. Tyr? Are you not Tyr McDowell, son of General McDowell? You know him? Permit me to introduce myself. I am Lord Vincent Zebu, at present vacationing in these parts. Hi. Greetings, sir. Sure, I'll bet. You can say whatever you want. Doesn't matter. I'll just be nice. Although I did want to say yeah, I'll bet. Aha, we are both a fine stock. Let's fraternize on a more casual basis. Now that introductions are out of the way, may I impose on you for a moment and ask if you might lend me a few coins? It appears this fellow here doesn't trust me. I am presently on my way to meet Joshua of the Knight of the Dragon's Den. Hey, that's convenient. So are we. As I am in a hurry, if you'll excuse me... Oh. What in the hell was all that? Did he say he was going to the Dragon Knight's domain? Excuse me, I wonder who's going to pay for his meal? Oh no, not this again. What? Oh no! 200, he didn't eat much. That's fine. Thank you. No problem. But that swindler did say he was going to the domain of the Dragon Knights. He did say that, so let's go back and look. Let's check it out. Can't be a coincidence, right? Surely. That music and that attitude. I'm thinking he must know somebody that we already know. Oh my god, these creepers! Get the hell out of here! Jesus Christ. I'm telling you, after I said the champion crystal wasn't worth it, it's looking more and more worth it to me. Ugh. Bye. Get out of here, I'm busy. I'm chasing a Frenchman. Alright. Oh. Oh, look at his cape, isn't that pretty? You're very persistent, I can't let you in. What a thing to say! I'm telling you who I am for your sake. Vincent here is a dear friend of Joshua. If Joshua finds out you turn Vincent away, he'll be furious. You're new here, aren't you? There's still time to do the right thing. So I don't think this is gonna work for him. I have been in this post for 5 years. Oh, I see. The last time I was here was a little over 5 years ago. Tell any more lies and you'll be sorry. Haha, he's at it again. Why, if it isn't my dearest friend, Commander Tia, have you business with the Dragon Knights too? Well, you're wasting your time. We'll never get past this hard head here. But we must see Joshua. You look familiar. Why, it's Humphrey, one of the most renowned captains of the Imperial Army's 100-man battalion. You're in the Liberation Army too? Commander Tia, dearest friend, I have something good to tell you. Please follow me. Wow, so Humphrey served for a long time, huh? Ah, nostalgia. I would come to the Dragon Knight domain to play when I was a child, so I know the area well. You can enter the domain from behind this rock. I played in this spot often as a child. This is the way in? Indeed, you're quite bright for a commoner. Ha, listen up, aristocratic scum. If this is an entrance, why didn't you use it yourself? Good question. That is a foolish question. A man of my birth would never sneak in like a common burglar. That's quite enough, gentlemen. Oh, Tia, my dearest friend, you believe me, don't you? Good, good. I wouldn't know what to do if even you distrusted me. Well, be very careful then, it's quite dangerous inside. And he's not lying about that. So basically, what you can do now is enter the Dragon's Den. I think we're going to do that in the next one. You know what? I don't even know what time we're up to because of all the cuts I made. But once we get in here, we're going to have to do quite a bit of battling. So I'm going to save it for the next one, and I hope it's going to be okay. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you're enjoying this as much as I am, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.